Have you ever wondered how Japan, a small island nation, became one of the world's leading economies and cultural influencers? It's a question that's fascinated historians and scholars for years. Japan, a land of contrasts, where ancient traditions coexist with modern technology, has a rich and complex history that has shaped its current identity. In this video we will journey through the annals of time, unraveling the intricate tapestry of Japan's past. We'll begin at the Genesis, exploring the ancient roots of this island nation. We will then traverse through the classical, medieval, and modern eras, each period leaving an indelible mark on the nation's cultural and societal fabric. Through this chronological approach, we aim to provide a comprehensive overview of Japan's evolution, from its earliest beginnings to its present-day prominence. This is more than just a history lesson, it's a deep dive into a culture that has left an indelible mark on the world stage. So, buckle up as we embark on a ride through time, back to the origins of this remarkable country. Our journey begins in the Jomon period, where Japan's first known civilization began. This is a time that dates back to roughly 14,000 BC, a period known for its pottery marked by cord patterns, hence the name Jomon translating to cord marks. The Jomon people were hunter-gatherers with a well-established culture, and their pottery is among the oldest in the world. Then, around the 3rd century BC, we transition into the Yayoi period. This era brought about significant changes to Japan's way of life, with the introduction of rice cultivation from the Korean peninsula. This was a game-changer, leading to the development of a more sedentary and agrarian society. The Yayoi period was also the dawn of metallurgy in Japan, as the techniques for producing bronze and iron were brought over from China and Korea. These advancements led to the production of more sophisticated tools and weapons, paving the way for future developments. As we move forward to the Kofun period, around the 3rd century AD, we see the formation of a more centralized government. This era is named after the large mound tombs, or kofun, that were built for rulers. It was during this time that the influence of the Chinese culture became more profound, and the concept of an emperor as a ruling entity began to take shape. The Asuka period, which followed the Kofun, saw the introduction of Buddhism to Japan from Korea. This was a pivotal moment in Japanese history, as Buddhism, alongside the indigenous Shinto religion, greatly influenced Japanese culture, arts, and philosophy. Over time, the combination of Buddhism and a more structured government led to the formation of a distinct Japanese identity and a rich cultural tapestry. The influence of these early periods can still be seen in the traditions, practices, and art forms that permeate Japanese society today. Thus, Buddhism and a structured government planted the seeds for the cultural richness of Japan. As we journey further into the chronicles of Japanese history, we'll see how these seeds blossomed into a unique culture that continues to captivate the world. Fast forward to the medieval era, a time of warriors, shoguns, and samurais. This fascinating period in Japan's history was marked by the rise of powerful samurai clans and the establishment of a military government known as the shogunate. Let's begin our journey with the Heian period that started in the 8th century and lasted till the 12th. This era is often referred to as the golden age of art and literature, but beneath the surface it was also a time of political turmoil. The central government began to lose its grip, leading to the rise of militaristic clans. Samurai warriors emerged as the ruling class, their influence permeating every aspect of society. From the Heian period, we move into the Kamakura period, which spanned from the 12th to the 14th centuries. This era saw the establishment of the first shogunate, a military dictatorship that held the real power, while the emperor remained a figurehead. The Kamakura period was marked by the Mongol invasions, which, though ultimately unsuccessful, had profound effects on the Japanese military and economy. Next, we step into the Muromachi period, stretching from the 14th to the 16th centuries. Known for its cultural developments, it was also a time of civil war and political upheaval. The Ashikaga shogunate was in power, but regional warlords, known as daimyos, controlled their own territories and often clashed with each other. The last stop in our medieval journey is the Azuchi Momoyama period, a brief but significant era in the late 16th century. This time was marked by the efforts of powerful leaders like Oda Nobunaga and Toyotomi Hideyoshi, who aimed to unify the country under one rule, laying the groundwork for the peaceful Edo period that followed. In the midst of chaos and war, Japan was slowly but surely moving towards unity and peace. This journey through medieval Japan reveals a fascinating tapestry of power, struggle, and transformation that shaped the nation we know today. As we move into the modern era, Japan begins to open its doors to the Western world. The Edo period, stretching from the early 17th to the mid-19th centuries, was a time of peace and stability, but also of isolation. Japan's sakoku policy, literally meaning closed country, forbade foreigners from entering and citizens from leaving under penalty of death. The country was a world unto itself, its culture and traditions developing in a sort of splendid isolation. But change was on the horizon. The arrival of American Commodore Matthew Perry's black ships in the mid-19th century signaled the end of Japan's self-imposed isolation. The subsequent Meiji Restoration marked a pivotal moment in Japanese history. The country embarked on a rapid and ambitious journey of modernization and westernization, keen to catch up with the industrialized nations of the West. In this period, Japan transformed from a feudal society into a modern industrial state. The Meiji government promoted Western clothing, architecture, and education. Railways crisscrossed the country, factories sprung up, and a new constitution was established. Japan was no longer an isolated island nation but a player on the global stage. The Showa period, beginning in 1926, was a time of dramatic change. Japan, now a burgeoning empire, was drawn into the devastating turmoil of World War II. The aftermath was catastrophic, with cities leveled and the population grappling with defeat and occupation. Yet from the ashes of war, Japan rose like a phoenix. The post-war period saw a remarkable economic recovery, driven by the tenacity and resilience of the Japanese people. Japan rebuilt its cities, modernized its industries, and redefined its place in the world, emerging as a democratic nation and an economic powerhouse. In the span of a century, Japan transitioned from a closed, feudal society to a globally influential modern nation. The country's journey is a testament to its adaptability, resilience, and unyielding spirit. From an isolated island nation, Japan emerged as a global powerhouse rising from the ashes of war. In the blink of an eye, we find ourselves in contemporary Japan, a fusion of tradition and modernity. Post-World War II, Japan's phoenix-like rise from the ashes was nothing short of an economic miracle. The country's industrial sector was rebuilt from scratch, and in a few short decades, Japan transformed from a war-ravaged country into the world's second-largest economy. This period of rapid growth brought with it a bubble economy in the 80s, with skyrocketing asset prices that, inevitably, burst. The 90s were known as the lost decade, a period of economic stagnation that saw Japan's GDP growth slow to a trickle. But even in the face of adversity, Japan continued to innovate, continuing its tradition of resilience and adaptability. Today, Japan is still a major player in the global economy. Its technological advancements and manufacturing prowess are renowned worldwide, and its automobile and electronics industries are second to none. But the economic landscape is only one facet of contemporary Japan. Japan's pop culture has also made a significant impact on the global stage. From the whimsical worlds of anime and manga to the catchy beats of J-pop, Japan's unique blend of tradition and innovation is reflected in its cultural exports. And let's not forget about the culinary delights. Sushi, ramen, and sake have found fans in every corner of the globe. Yet, amid all this modernity, Japan's enduring traditions continue to thrive. The art of tea ceremony, the grace of geisha, the discipline of martial arts, these centuries-old traditions are still very much alive, often in harmony with the hustle and bustle of modern life. Japan's ability to balance its deep-rooted traditions with rapid technological advancement is truly remarkable. It's a country that respects its past while continually pushing the boundaries of the future. Japan today stands as a testament to resilience, innovation, and the power of culture. So, what have we learned from our journey through Japan's rich history? We've traced the footsteps of Japan's past, from its ancient origins, filled with myth and mysticism, through the age of classical Japan where arts, culture, and the samurai way of life flourished. We've walked the cobblestone streets of medieval Japan, witnessing the power shifts and political turmoil that shaped the nation. We saw the dawn of modern Japan, as it opened its doors to the world and embraced progress while holding on to its traditions. We peered into contemporary Japan, a technological powerhouse and a hub of innovation, yet still deeply rooted in its past. We've experienced the resilience of a nation that has risen from adversity time and again, transforming itself, yet preserving its unique cultural richness. We've seen the tapestry of Japan's history, woven with threads of valor, wisdom, and an undying spirit. Japan's history is a fascinating tale of resilience, transformation, and cultural richness. It's a tale that continues to unfold, shaping a nation that never ceases to amaze.